Ion.
God.
Not just starting with a cough, Jordan.
Well, here we
Wow.
are.
Wow. Nice
I feel
intro.
like that's a really good I feel like that's really good insight into how we probably all are feeling right now. I just want to be truthful to this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Very that.
Yeah, this has been last week was pretty rough week for me. Sick. I'm coming off of it, or kind of coming off of it now. So I feel much better. This is why we're here today. We're going to push through this episode today.
We sound like we about to go to war. Like we sound like we just got drafted. We like, oh hell, don't want to be here, but okay.
No, I love being here, so I'm glad that we're here.
You know what that reminds me of? I love to tour.
Yeah,
sorry, I interrupted.
that's good. That's good.
Apologies.
No apology needed. All right. Well, that's how I'm feeling. How are you guys feeling?
Honestly, this. Sorry, it is so
They're
hot.
all there. His air conditioner.
Was that? Okay.
There's chaotic things already
it's so
happening.
hot it's so hot where I'm at.
I feel like
right
this
now.
is pretty much how we intro shows now, which is chaos. So.
Honestly, it should be. I turned my air conditioner on. It ain't cooling me down. I'm getting misty over here. Nickie said that I look. What was the word you used?
Shiny.
That's not the word you use.
Greasy.
Greasy is the word you use, which I found to be a bit disrespectful, but I'm gonna leave it alone. Now it's working, so we're good. Sorry, no more interruptions for now.
He asked you how are you doing?
Oh, you know what? I'm doing very well. You know what? I'm blessed and highly favored. Work today.
Where are you off
work.
Where are you off to tomorrow, Darrell?
Oh, not telling about my business. Damn. I'm going on a trip to London tomorrow. So that'll be fun. I'm going to do some fun things there. I quite enjoy London. It's one of my favorite cities.
Same.
And yeah, I'm really excited. I don't like to fly, as we all know, so pray for me. I have my Xanax on deck. And honestly, I'm not afraid to say that because mental health is important. But yeah, I feel really good. I'm really excited, and mostly I'm excited to not have to work for a week and a half. Actually, let me tell you how long I took off.
You sure did.
Wow.
That's there.
Anyway, we'll forget that last part. Go ahead, Nickie.
Wow. Jordan, I've been trying to convince Darrell to eat at Galvin at Windows.
He definitely should.
You definitely
You don't have
should.
to convince me. I didn't say I wouldn't go. I just
said
said
probably not.
I didn't say probably. If I said that, you were just talking to me, and I just felt like being shady. I will definitely go. Like that, you said Galvin at Windows.
Mm-hmm.
I also really like the Shoom. I'm sure Jeremy's gonna want to go there. So,
So good.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't love Indian food. Like it's
Jordan, that Indian place you went to. That's what he's talking about.
No, the place was really good.
See, I've been there. I do like it, but I don't in general love Indian food. And that's why I know this is a very good Indian restaurant because I really enjoyed that specific restaurant. Any other Indian I have, like every now and then I have it, and I'm just like, I mean, it's not bad, but it's like if I feel like I can make it, it's not really giving what it's supposed to get. But no, I'm excited to eat. I'm excited to. Was those fighting words?
That seemed a little. I don't know.
It's a little violent.
That is a little violent. I shouldn't say that. That feels disrespectful. Redact that. I didn't say that. Thank you.
Okay, that's Anyway, Nickie, are you doing anything exciting in your life?
Yeah. So I was also feeling pretty crappy last week. I had my wisdom tooth taken out, and I've been in pain for like 10 days now. But that's another story for another day. But yeah, I am actually going home this week to give the commencement address at my high school. So I'm looking forward slash nervous slash scared to doing that this week because I don't want to suck.
You're not going to suck, and you're going to be just fine. So,
Darrell, what was that face for?
I was gonna say something snarky, but I decided against it. But what I can say
Be who
is
you
that
are.
I've had an opportunity to look at your speech, and I think it's going to be very inspirational. I think it's going to be great. And I'm so glad you've committed it to memory because that shows how dedicated you are to this cause. And I'm really impressed by that.
Thank you. It's only going to be about 11 minutes.
Is that long? Is that short? That's long. Why are you talking for 11 minutes?
11 minutes is a long time to be talking.
Well, I don't know. For my high school graduation, we had an actor. He was up there for 30 minutes.
That's insane.
My undergrad was about an hour. Obama was like 45 minutes. So all my graduation speakers have all been long.
Obama was your graduation speaker?
At Howard, yeah. It's pretty cool, right?
No, I'm being
Okay.
a hater. No, that's great. I
Slight
literally
flex.
I don't remember who any of my graduation speakers were. So
That means they were unimportant. Moving right along.
Wow.
This is a really it's a fight. Is this a feisty episode? Do we need to?
I hope no one says that about you after Thursday.
Wow. That was good.
It was.
They go low when they go low.
I'm gonna say that was like a Kendrick little jab there. So,
But you know what? I deserved that because I got you last week. So,
You did.
Sorry, Jordan. We keep interrupting you.
It's fine. You know, this is entertainment for me, so it's totally fine. Okay. Anyways, so we're having another lovely music episode today. I love these as always. So we have two topics to discuss. So we probably won't be here super long today, but either way, you never know with us how we start talking about things. First things, obviously, we're going to be talking about, like we said, Billie Eilish's new album and our thoughts and feels on the tracks. But before that, I wanted to talk about kind of what's been buzzing a little bit this week with, well, I guess it's been a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. Apple Music released Apple's Music 100 Best Albums. It's supposed to be their list of albums of the greatest albums ever made. Obviously, it says it's assembled with the help of artists and experts. It's a modern love letter to the records that have shaped the world we live and listen into today. So this is their...
Is it like across all genres or like genre specific?
All genres. Ooh. So it's a very intense list. It's definitely some placements have caused some ruffles of feathers because of where stuff is. Again, we're not at the end. We're not at the finish line yet. We are, I think, at 20 now or 21. So, but I kind of want to just kind of go through what's already been happening, get your guys' thoughts on some of it and stuff too. So, I will say for sure, like, I know one thing that was a big topic of discussion was Usher's Confessions being at number 95.
Why is it that low?
Well, this is also wait before we do that. This is literally, first of all, this is 100 albums, which sounds like a lot, but in the scope of music, it's really not that many. And two, this is across all genres. So like 100 albums, 95, that's really not really that low. Please don't attack me. But I just feel like 100 albums across all genres, like the top.
Well, do you want to... Well, we should probably hear what's listed, and then maybe you can.
Okay,
Maybe
that's
you'll feel
fair.
different. I don't know.
I'm looking at it now, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so
I'm
I'm just
pulling it
gonna
up
do.
now.
I'm gonna do a quick, just kind of quick one. So we're at starting with 100. We have Robin, Body Talk, Eagles, Hotel California, Travis Scott, Astroworld. I was like, wow, that cool that he even made the list. Rage Against the Machine, Lord,
Pure heroin.
which was a pretty pure heroin. Not really sure who Burial was, but that's one, number 94. This was another discourse. Solange, Seat at the Table being number 93. But I personally felt like I just thought it was cool that she even made the list at all. So,
That's my thought. Like, I'm happy she's on the list.
you know, I mean, it's a great album.
It is.
But Tyler the Creator, Flower Boy, George Michael, Listen Without Prejudice, Volume 1, AC/DC, Back in Black, Lady Gaga, The Fame Monster, 89, Nina Simone, I Put a Spell on You, Massive Attack, Blue Lines, Mary J. Blige, My Life. Now it's also like trying to figure out, I was like, is there going to be more Mary, or is that the one that they soul album that they picked? Casey Musgraves, Golden Hour, Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style, Patti Smith, Horses, 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying, Neil Young, After the Gold Rush, Eminem, Lana Del Rey, Elton John, Madonna, Bad Bunny, Missy Elliott, 75, 9 Inch Nails. Oh, this was another one. At 72 was SZA, SOS. I thought that's cool that she even made the list as well with that album, because I thought, you know, I feel like her big album is Control. So, but I feel like Control is going to be maybe possibly later, or I don't know if this is just her album pick. But I also understand too, because SOS, as big as it is, and now hearing that it's a few weeks away from being selling as much as Thriller or something of that nature.
Oh.
Hold on, I'm gonna give you the facts so I can give it an actual thing.
My question is, why you looked it up? Are there any like artist repeats on this list, or everyone got one album?
I didn't see any repeats.
I haven't seen any repeats, so that's why I was like, is there going to be any repeats when we get towards the end?
Because Beyonce's self-titled was very low. And if that's going to be the only entry from Beyonce, it shouldn't be self-titled, and it shouldn't be that low. Also, why y'all surprised SZA was on the list? SZA's like a pioneer in music these days. So
no, I wasn't surprised she was on the list. I was surprised that
SOS was on. That's fair.
Yeah. Okay. This is what it was. SZA's SOS is now 12 weeks away from becoming the longest running top 10 album by a Black artist in Billboard 200 history. The record is held by Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Mm.
I love that.
I just looked. I don't see any artist repeats on this list.
There's not.
That's interesting, because some of these artists I feel like got better albums than the ones that are on this list.
Yeah, I know music is subjective, and I think these things obviously are only created to increase engagement and stuff like that, like because they know that people are going to respond to it. But
yeah, because they put Janet Jackson Control on here, and I was like, damn, is any... I mean, I don't particularly feel like that's her best album, but at the same time, I know that has like a lot of hits on it. So
what do you think is her best album?
Velvet Rope.
You know what?
Like Stevie Wonder's album on here. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say no. I agree, but
she has more hits on
Control.
Exactly, I think that's what it is.
Stevie Wonder's Inner Visions is on here.
That's why I was like, I'm trying to also was like, I wonder what they're basing this fully off of, because they just said like music. They said artists and experts compiled this list together, but they also said albums that defined like.
But Inner Visions, when Songs in the Key of Life was right there.
I thought Songs in the Key of Life would be there. I was surprised about that too.
I feel like this is not a comprehensive list. I think this is to be taken with a grain of salt. But I will say one positive about it is that I think that it does a very good job of blending genres. Like there's not too
Mhm.
much of one type. And but in that vein, also, I think a complaint of mine would be that it is pretty. It's pretty mainstream. Like all the music on this is pretty mainstream. And
Very
I
mainstream.
I mean, if you're gonna go with the 100 best albums or whatever, they're not all gonna be mainstream albums. I mean, that feels a
But
little.
but to that point though, I think Darrell. Now I see why self-titled is the one that made it, because it changed music. It changed when music came out. It changed when music dropped. It changed the
Okay, but it's
marketing.
still too low.
I mean, I think there are better albums than self-titled for her, but like
I agree.
I
But
can see
again,
why
too,
self-titled might it.
because I'm like, I think it's exactly that. It's like albums that changed things. So I don't think it's even to like the actual best work, but I think it's like just like the albums that like kind of changed the game for them or just music in general.
Because Lemonade was
So-
right there. Lemonade is right there. If you're going to choose a Beyonce album to consider her best, it needs to be Lemonade.
I feel like that's subjective though.
It
To
is.
whom?
I feel like Cabo Carter is the best album, but we already talked about that. I feel like Cabo Carter is like objectively her best album. I think I don't have to think it's her most critically acclaimed album. So like, objectively, it is her best album. But
Actually, no. It's not. I looked it up. Cowboy Carter and Lemonade have the same score.
No.
Is that true?
Yeah, they both have 91s. Because when you sent me, or Jordan sent me somebody sent me that they had Billie Eilish's new album, which we're going to get to. Her score, Darrell, you said it was 3 points higher than Beyonce. I looked up, there's only one. It's 1 point.
Anymore. Yeah. Well, Metacritic.
It was
at
for a
Metacritic,
minute time.
but that's also because Metacritic is an aggregation of scores, and it's not.
Mhm.
It over time it goes in, which kind of makes sense why it was so high at first, and now it's because Taylor Swift's at first was like a 90, I think, and now it's like a 66 or something like that. So like,
Yeah. But right now, Lemonade and Cowboy Carter are the same, 91.
we'll go off. They're both
I mean,
innovative albums.
Well, yeah, I think they're both. I think both of those are the most talked about as her best bodies of work. So, and then self-titled, I feel like was the game changer.
It was.
So,
we love Beyonce.
but again, everybody's subjective because Renaissance to me is right there. But
Renaissance is such a great personal album. Like, you know how people have like their best album and then you have one you personally just enjoy the most. I enjoy Cowboy Carter the most, but Renaissance is an album that like I think that Renaissance for me has the most longevity out of her catalog, just because I will always go back to Renaissance every single time when I'm working out. Oh shoot.
What just happened?
I don't know.
I hit the corner of my light and it started falling towards me. Wow.
If people really want to get to know who Darrell is, this.
It's been such a long day. We will proceed. I think that Renaissance is a great album. We can proceed. Thank you for your time. I'll be here all night.
I hear what you're saying though, Darrell. That like I agree with that too. So, but yeah, I'm very curious though to who is number one. I feel like
Thriller.
It would have to be Thriller.
It has to be Michael.
So I can't imagine it being anything else.
I ain't seen Taylor Swift nowhere on this list.
She's going to be there, but I don't think it's going to be number one.
It's going to be in the top 20.
Also, haven't seen Adele either.
She's going to be up there too.
And it better be 21.
There better be multiple entries.
I also haven't seen Mariah either.
Oh, that's also fair.
And I feel like Emancipation of Mimi would be the one, probably.
Emancipation of Mimi, you think?
Or would it be Butterfly?
What was the one with Fantasy on it?
Dream Lover, I think.
Oh.
Right, who else have we not seen on this list that we're kind of shocked by? Michael, Adele, Lipstick, Mimi.
You said Lipstick? Yo. Wait, the Beatles are number 21. That's weird.
And I feel like the Beatles album that they always talk about is what's the album called where they're all walking?
Yellow Abbey Road, sorry.
Yeah. So I was like, is that But that's why I'm like, I feel like I'm like, there's going to be a repeat. Some artist is going to repeat in the top 20. I feel
Yeah,
like they have
because
to.
this ain't is Madonna on here? I didn't see Madonna.
She's on there. She's on there
Oh, sorry.
for like a prayer.
She's pretty low. She was low.
Y'all, fun fact: I have never in my life listened to a Madonna album, ever.
I mean, I'm just gonna be quiet.
Wait, have y'all never listened to Madonna song?
No.
I'm gonna also go out on a limb and say I don't know anyone that is a big Madonna fan. If I'm being honest,
Don't either.
I don't know anyone that's a big Madonna
I don't
fan.
either.
I know like her most popular music, but if it has not been a single or a video that I would have seen on TRL or VH1, I don't know any of her music.
Also, there's no Britney.
Nope.
And it should be because Britney kind of revolutionized pop music.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's gonna be in the top 20. Hit me, baby, one more time.
I doubt she gonna be over the Beatles and Bruce Springsteen and Daft Punk and
Beyonce.
Led Zeppelin.
That's true.
And Beyonce.
That's true. That's true. That'd be insane.
Oh,
There's
that's
also
great.
there's no Whitney.
There's no Whitney. These things will all be in the top. Well, everything can't be in the top 20.
Exactly.
It happened again.
Right,
All
because we're also not saying every thinking of all genres either. So
Yeah.
Also,
I think
side
it's
note-
a hard. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You were saying something.
No, I was gonna say I just think it's a hard list to do combining all genres anyway, because that's just like hard
Yeah.
with 100. So because again, there's artists that have more than one album that probably should be up there.
Also, side note: is Casey Musgrave's album like really good? Because I've heard like talk about it, but, like,
the Golden Hour. Yeah, it's actually a really good album.
Oh, I'll
That one
listen to it.
that one I can stand by is that I understand the hype of that album. It is good.
I've seen her. I mean, I don't know any of her music either, if I'm being honest. But I've seen on like socially that people are talking about her album, and I'm like, I ain't never listened to this girl's album. I'll listen to it though. She seems like a good person. I'll listen to her.
Yeah, you have a 6-hour flight. You can turn it on.
It's good. It's great. It's very well written. So I'll give it's good. I think you'll like it.
I'll report back.
Great. But yeah, that's the prediction for number 1. It's Michael. So we'll see what happens. We'll report back on the next one. Why are you making that face, Nickie?
Because I feel like they're gonna play in our face, and I don't feel like it's gonna be Michael.
Who else would be number 1? There's no other bigger album than Thriller. What other albums bigger?
They're gonna put somebody like Beck at number 1.
they're gonna play in our face. Also,
wait, did they put 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying on there?
Yeah, he beat Usher. Also,
Okay.
they didn't even put Kanye's best album on there. It wasn't College Dropout.
Well, I thought they would put College Dropout, but my favorite album is the album they put up there. So, but that album changed the game a little bit more than. Well, I don't know. College Dropout did too. So
they did it.
It was critically acclaimed. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy
Was College Dropout not?
Yeah, that was too, but that was like the debut.
That also might have just been his most popular album, or like debut albums, and like I don't even know that.
No,
this
no, because Kanye changed the way production was done with College Dropout. Like sampling became a lot more like heavily influenced and like mixing and screwing with it. Like,
wait,
Kanye,
is Jay-Z on the list?
No.
Okay.
My number 1 rapper.
Oh my god. We're not going to do that today.
We're not doing that today.
Would you like another quiz?
I think I have 3 songs. We don't have to do it.
Let's do 5.
Ooh.
I want you to name 2 album titles.
Oh,
The Blueprint
and don't say
444.
Those count. Okay.
Okay, 5 songs. Go.
No. Okay. Big Pimpin'.
He says this all the time, Darrell. He says Big Pimpin' every time.
I would also. I also want to say that we've done this 3 to 4 times,
and by this point, you would have thought he would have like at least looked, or just try to see what else.
Okay, all right. Big Pimpin'.
He's still struggling, and it's
Niggas in Paris.
Can we do a solo Jay-Z song, not the album with Kanye?
I'm horrible with titles, though. That's not fair.
That's because you don't like his music like that.
Your favorite rapper.
But you can name 5 Beyonce songs easily.
Big Pimpin', Niggas in Paris.
Anyway,
Ooh.
Jordan, what are we talking about next?
Terrible. You can't
Nice.
even from the Carters. Goodbye, Nicki.
No.
Just disrespectful.
No.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Watch me
Anyway.
look. I'm gonna look it up and watch. I know all these titles.
It's not gonna be impressive then.
Yeah, because then you looked it up, and at this point, you should have already looked it up.
Oh, Holy Grail! I forgot about that. I'm sorry. Let's proceed.
What's amazing to me, Darrell, is that he still won't even say like.
Oh, dirt off. Dirt. I thought they were called dust your shoulders off. But it's called dirt off your shoulders.
It's in the chorus. It's in the chorus. Yeah, you can't. Don't say nothing else about Jay-Z. Don't say nothing else about Jay-Z.
I'm gonna exit actually.
Don't say nothing else. You're done.
Wow.
Please don't incriminate yourself anymore.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Don't take my black card away.
I think I'm sure a few people probably listen to this and are going to take it away, but it's okay.
Oh, I had a shady coming out. I'm not going to say that because it's disrespectful. Let's go.
On to the next thing. Anywho. Anyways, so Billie Eilish released her brand new album, Hit Me Hard and Soft. And man, oh man, did she drop a fire-ass album, in my opinion.
Can we first of all talk about the title of this album? Because one, I do not like when people try to be too deep. But when I heard Hit Me Hard and Soft, and then I heard the album, I was like...
Same.
Okay, Billie Eilish. Do y'all say her name like that?
No.
I feel like
but
she
people
could be
have done it.
Billie Eilish. Anyway, I just want that because album titles are important. Like I
agree.
love album title. It's so dumb, but like when artists are about to release music and they release the album title and then maybe the track list and we don't even know what it's going to sound like, but we know what the titles are. I don't know why, but I get excited about that to see like how I'm gonna like relate it to the music or whatever.
Me too.
But that title, I saw that title and I said, all right, sis. All right, sis.
I said the same thing. I was like, and after I heard the album, I was like, oh, this was the perfect album title for this music.
Oh yeah.
Like, because it did exactly that. It hit me hard and it hit me soft. So I was like, this is great. Yeah. So let's just we can talk about it. I don't know if you guys want to talk track by track because it's only 10 songs. So because I when it was off, I was like, oh, it's over. I was just like, it actually didn't seem long, even though some of the songs were like over. I think she had a few 5 minutes and things like that. But I felt like it worked on a lot of the tracks. So, but yeah, I'll just go song by song, I guess, because it's only 10 songs and we can kind of just, if you don't have much, it's fine. But yeah, so the first track, Skinny, I thought it was a great album opener. I thought she sounded really, really nice. I will also start by saying, to me, this is vocally her best album to where I actually could hear all of what she can do vocally, because I feel like she stretched herself a lot more on this album. Because before, I used to always call her music spooky music. So I was just like...
Not spooky music.
I was like, Billie Eilish makes music great for Halloween. Like, I was like, Halloween time, I just want to hear this is when I want to hear Billie.
I don't know why that's so funny to me.
I've never thought about her music being spooky. I also being like emo, depressed music.
Well, have you ever seen her music videos?
Yeah,
like, her music videos are kind of dark.
No, so, I get it, but I get what you're saying, because even the upbeat songs sound spooky. Like Bad Guy sounds like a spooky song. Like,
yes, it's like the sound effects she uses. It's the way her voice always sounds. I was always like, I liked it, but I was like, this is spooky music to me. But this album, I felt like was a departure from that. But also too, it still had like elements of it, but I felt like it was like growth. So Skinny, I thought was a great album opener. So
I think this is my favorite song off the album. I'm between this one and one more, because like the message of this song, like the societal pressure for her to lose weight and to get skinny, and she's still basically saying that I'm still crying, I'm still sad. They didn't solve anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like when people think, "Oh my God, I'm so skinny," you think they're happier, but she was like, it didn't do anything. It didn't change anything. We brought like body dysmorphia and those things to life. So I really enjoyed this opener. I thought it was brilliantly done.
Yeah, I agree. Not my favorite song on the album, but I do like the song. There's my favorite song. We'll get there. My favorite song is like Leaps and Bounds. My favorite song. Like it was no contest. I think it's a
Can't
great
wait to
album.
hear what that is.
Absolutely. No, I think it's a great album opener, and for reference, I listened to this album at like 7:30 in the morning, right? Because I did, because I happened to be up, but also I didn't want Billie Eilish's music. I wanted to listen and like be receptive, and I know that she makes mood music. And like if I'm washing dishes or doing something else, or like at the gym or something, I'm not trying to listen to Billie Eilish. I'm just gonna be honest. Like because it feels like something I should really digest. So I was sitting in my bed and I listened to it. And this is I told Nickie, this is one of the first albums I listened to all the way through, and I enjoyed off initial listen. Like the entire album. I enjoyed the entire album off of initial listen. And I thought the first track, I thought, I really, really, really hope this is the vibe for the album and she doesn't stray too far. And she did. So yeah, love Skinny. I think it's great.
Great. It's great. Next one. Lunch. This was out when this came on. I was like, well, first of all, because how skinny was, and then it went into this, and I was like, okay. I was like, this is upbeat. And first thing I thought was, wow, this is upbeat from Billie Eilish. Like, not that she's never made an upbeat song, but this was really like seemed really fun and not super serious, which I feel like a lot of her music can be a little bit more moody and serious. So, but lyrically, I thought this was a fun song, and I was like, well, I think she's definitely letting us know what she's into. So I thought,
yeah, I wrote that I can tell that she wrote these lyrics because they sound like her, and I also like the up tempo. Sorry, I interrupted you. My apologies. That's rude.
No, this is an open discussion. I also don't need this to be like talk, just talk.
But like, I enjoyed this song as well, and I also said, oh, this is a different production sound for her too. Honestly, the first like 5 tracks all had different production types of music, which was like, that's wild to think about. All their tempos were different, keys were different. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, funny you said that, because when I was listening, and we'll get further into it, but so I was listening, I thought after I got through the first 5 songs, I said, I wonder if this is like the hard or soft part, because I was like, I said maybe it's like 5 and 5, and it's like some of this, or I was like, maybe it's just mixed in, because I feel like Skinny came in soft, and then Lunch kind of came in hard, and then like I feel like then the next track. Oh, sorry, Darrell. How did you feel about Lunch?
I'm gonna be a contrarian here. I like the song, but it was my least favorite song on the album. I don't know if it was because it was I do like the juxtaposition of her starting off with Skinny and then going into Lunch. Like, and sonically, I get that they're very different extremes, and I don't know if it was that or just because like maybe I don't vibe as well with upbeat Billie Eilish music. I don't know, but like something about Lunch, I thought this is not my favorite thing. And when I listened to the album again, just to make sure, I still don't love it. And I watched the video because it's the single, and I don't think it should be the first single. But I watched the video and I was like, this song ain't really my jam. I don't love it, if I'm being honest. I don't dislike it. I like it, but I'm just like, it might be one of those things where, music is subjective and some things just don't resonate well with you. I can appreciate the fact that I know why people do like it. I completely see why people do like it, but for some reason, it just ain't gelling with me. That's the only song on this album that just does not gel with me.
I feel like it's to me, when I heard it, I said, this is the single for the album, because that album to me really sounds like more like everything else sounded like album music, but in a good way. Lunch had the most like radio friendly sound to me, where it's like, it's just, I can eat this girl for lunch. It's very repetitive and it's easy to remember. So,
and it's like the most clickbaity topic of the album. Also, I think it's placed very smart. Skinny, I do too. Then Lunch, like just the titles along. Skinny, then you have to eat. Like,
so that's
clever.
So she's like queer. It's like she's like That's what she is. Is that what the song is about? That's what the song is about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She
Yeah,
took this girl for lunch.
So
yeah,
that's
she
her
came
way
out
of like
as
coming out.
as bisexual. Yes.
Oh, okay. Love you, great girl. All right. I was just like, no, because here's the thing. That sounded so dismissive. I didn't mean it like that. What I meant was, I don't know that I thought about Billie Eilish's sexuality, if I'm being honest. And also, I did watch her documentary a while back, and I know she had like a boyfriend, and I know that sexuality is fluid. So like, I ain't saying that. What I'm saying is just that I had no idea that she was into girls, which is great. I love that. I just was like, wait, she like girls? When I was listening to it, I was just like, okay, go off, Billie. We love you, sis. Anyway, that's it. I didn't know if she was coming out through the song or if she'd already said that. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it was announced a little bit before because she, I guess, teased the song, so then it kind of came out. So yeah. Yeah. Next one. Next one is Chihiro.
Is
So
that how
I
you
know,
say that?
Baby, I don't know.
well, it comes from an anime film called Spirited Away. It's a very popular animated anime film, Spirited Away. So it comes from that. So, and Billie Eilish is a big anime fan. So, sorry if I butchered the name of it, but yeah, this one was the one that she teased. That I heard first because she like did a little teaser, and I was like, oh, when I remember her playing it, I was like, oh, this is really different for her. Like I was like, it kind of had like it was real vibey and real like low vibe K-Tronada vibe to me, and I was like, I like this. So when I heard the full song, again, really enjoyed this one. It felt like I was almost like submerged underwater, kind of like the album a little bit, because her vocals sounded like she was like somewhere else, but the beat was low. I don't know. I just really liked kind of what she did with it, and it was a very progressive song that kind of like took you through a lot of different feels. So
I said that this could go on a playlist with like Dua Lipa because it has that similar musical vibe to me, like the production of it. I like the song too. I think I gave the song like a 9 out of 10 on my
same
scale. What about you, Darrell?
I liked it too. I heard it before the album came out because I thought it was a single, but apparently it wasn't. It was just something she had like teased. When I heard it originally, I honestly didn't care, if I'm being frank. Like I heard it and I probably wasn't in the right mind frame to be listening to it. And I was just like, I don't care. This don't sound like something I care about. But hearing it in the scope of the album, I thought, oh, this is really smart. I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed it sonically. I enjoyed it lyrically. I will also say I could tell, and this is like a general overall note for the album. I could tell. I think she was very much like more involved with the lyric writing for this one than she usually is. There's a very clear difference between her previous music, because even though Happier Than Ever is a little bit more mature than When We All Go to Sleep, that's a long album title. But like, even though Happier Than Ever is a little bit of a mature, you can still tell the lyrics come from Phineas and her. And I'm not saying that he didn't contribute to this one, but I really can tell that Billie Eilish contributed a lot lyrically to this, and I thought that was really evident specifically on this one. So I like the song. It's great. I mean, if I didn't rate them, but if I did, I'd give it like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd see. I can definitely tell that they both flex their muscles in each round. Like I feel like he flexed more on his production side, and she flexed more on her like singing and writing side. So that was cool to see. The next track, which I think is my favorite song on the album, or one of my favorite songs. I think it's between this one and another one. But Birds of a Feather, because as soon as I heard it, I was really like, okay, because by this point, now we're on the fourth song. I said, okay, she's throwing me for a loop here. I don't know where this album is going, but it's going in a good way. Like I was like, I love that this just keeps changing its sound and its vibe. And I was like, oh, and this is like a love song from Billie Eilish, which is very different for me to hear. So, and even her talking about that, I was just like, yeah, she doesn't really make love songs like that. So I like this. And I feel like I really liked how her voice sounded on this song because I never heard her voice. To me, she sounded like she was singing almost in full like her full voice in the song. So, and I felt her stretching her voice a lot in this one. So I enjoyed this one a lot. This was one of my
This
favorites.
this was the one I was saying was my second favorite between this and Skinny. It was also Birds of a Feather. And wow, when you said love song, I was like, oh, maybe that's what it is. I was like, oh, this is a great friendship song. Like that's what
But
I kind of got from it.
But I think it could be that too. Yeah.
So I love this. But like this is Skinny. I'll be playing a lot.
Yeah, this is what I was saying was my favorite song. Birds of a Feather. It was.
Look at that. Look at us.
It really was. I heard Birds of a Feather and I was like, okay, sis. This is, and it's my favorite song off the album, and I've listened to it again. It's still my favorite song. I really wish it would have been a single because I would love a video for it. But this I think this is peak Billie Eilish. I think it is like inventive. The thing is that her style of music can't, like, the style of music she makes is easy to kind of fall into the trap of sounding the same, especially because, and this is no shade to Billie Eilish, this is just a fact, up until now her vocal ability has been very limited in my opinion. So hearing the core quality of what her music is be expounded upon on Birds Like a Feather, I feel like Birds of a Feather, I feel like she is literally at her peak. And I was so proud of her. And I was like, because it's honestly like she got a lot of slack for Happier Than Ever. She got a lot of slack for that album saying it wasn't as good, which I thought it was much better than her first album, if I'm being frank. It's just not 18-year-old emo pop music, you know? And I think that there is a way to keep the core of what people like about you, but then also elevate a bit. And Birds of a Feather is a perfect way to describe exactly what that sensation is. And certain other artists should take notes. I love her, but I'm gonna say Olivia Rodrigo, that second album sounded exactly like the first one, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is how you elevate while keeping the core of what you do best.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that at all. So actually, I agree with everything you said. Yeah.
So, make it your second single, Billy, if you watch it. Billy ain't watching this.
Hey.
But she might watch it. It. Billy, if you watch this.
You never know. She might have a burner account where she just be going through and watching like album review things, especially if we put it in the title, you know. We might get a click.
We want Birds of a Feather as a second single.
We do.
I love that song.
We absolutely do. I need a video, everything for that. That's a great song. All right, next track was Wildflower. I thought this was very pretty. I thought this was. A lot of times this was one of those songs where I go again with I try to figure out like who she talk about, what she talking about in this song. That was one of those songs, but I thought it was a pretty song.
Yeah, it reminded me of Old Billy a little bit.
It did.
And I like that it was also an acoustic start to this production. I was like, she has really given us like 5 different sounds of the opening of this album where nothing sounds the same. And I really thought the song was just really, really pretty. And again, it took back to the Billy that we were introduced to.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Very much same. It's a filler track, definitely. But I still love it. Filler tracks serve a purpose, and it serves its purpose very, very well. Good job. I love it.
Yeah, I was like, this was my coming down from Birds of a Feather, like you coming down from that high, and then yeah.
You know, that's actually that's actually an important insight because in general, this is not just a Billy thing, but positioning, like song positioning, is crucial to how you view the song. Like if you have like that song was so good, obviously we all agree it was gonna be hard to kind of come into another song and like kind of top that, you know what I mean? So while I do love the song, it might be better than what I'm giving it. It's just that I was so impressed by
what it follows.
Yeah, it's just kind of like not, you know, but I do love the song. I also want to say I don't think there's a bad song on the album. I just want to stress that I don't think there's a single bad song on this album. So yeah.
I agree. It's like some are just, you know, preference. I think what you like more, because I've realized this album too. I was looking online. I was like, damn, this was really like split in the sense of what everybody's favorites are, which I found to be interesting. But I think that's also a good thing because, you know, whatever. But I do see Birds of Feathers. I have seen Birds of Feathers the most. I see the name of the most.
Such a good song.
Yeah. The next track, The Greatest. This was, I was actually really blown away with her vocals in this song. This song had me going like this a few times. I said, "Oh wow," because I was like, she really stretched her voice in this song a lot. And I saw that she said this was the hardest song for her to write and do, and to but also too the most rewarding. And she said this is the one she's most excited about singing live on tour. So
I said that this song was cinematic, and I said this is why this girl won Oscars, because like this song fits perfectly into film, and like the storytelling. Like I see the images of the movies when I'm hearing what she's singing, which is really strange. I was like, Billy, this is I'm giving this album too much, but it's great.
no,
Why are you giving it?
Why you say you're giving it too much?
Because like it's just so good.
It is.
I mean, I will. Well, I'm gonna be a little contrarian here. Love the song. Think it's great. Agree with everyone. Vocally, it is her best. That's the main thing about it was that vocally, I was very impressed. However, I do want to say, I don't know. Can y'all hear that? Y'all, I live in Washington Heights. Anyway,
and it's nice outside, so you know what
it's nice outside. It's almost summer. It's unavoidable. Anyway, the way I would be contrarian is this. I personally love Billie Eilish's singing voice because I think it is unique. That being said, I am very impressed by her vocals on The Greatest, but objectively, her vocals are not that impressive. Like what she's singing objectively is not hard to sing. And most people that study music, not even study music, most average singers would not find these vocals difficult to sing. But when it comes to Billie Eilish, the bar for vocal precision and technicality is so low because she's a whisper singer that we hear things like this and we're very impressed with her vocally. So I want to say that like, while I do love her and I love her music, her musicality, and obviously I love this album, I want her to continue to raise her own bar because, you know, this girl is a multimillionaire. She's a dual Oscar winner. A lot of people don't have those accolades. And while I think her voice is great, I need her to be doing this way more frequently. Like it's and just kind of like pushing that, because I don't love when artists are given a lot of accolades, but they're basic singers. I don't like that. It just bothers me, and I don't think she's a basic singer. I think she has very limited range.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I was gonna say because
I was gonna give him too.
Because you like lipstick. You like a certain someone.
You like lipstick.
Very.
You have. First of all, you have never heard me talk about Taylor Swift in a way that emphasizes her vocal technique as anything other than basic. Because Taylor Swift is the most paint-by-number singer I've ever heard. So you can't say that I'm going up for her. I think she's a great songwriter. And for the record, I think that Billie Eilish, I would rather listen to her sing any day over Taylor Swift. Okay?
Okay, good.
Okay.
Not trying to comfort me.
We had to check Jordan because, you know,
because the way that sentence was structured, I was like,
right.
I don't know why y'all keep thinking I am not a Swiftie. I'm not a Swiftie. I appreciate some of her music. I'm not a Swiftie. I do appreciate her. I'm not gonna be a hater. She makes some good music. She just
Darrell watched all 3.5 hours of the Eras tour.
I'm gonna be honest.
All 3.5 hours of that tour.
Here's the thing. First of all, back up from the mic. Second, context is important. Context is important. I was high. Okay. I was high, and I started it as a challenge. To see if I could get through it. And let me tell you, it was hard. It's not like I got through it and was like, wow, I want to do that again.
Did you sit through that in one sitting? Like you did?
Yes.
One sitting, I did. But again, I was high, and I sat through it. Yeah, the thing is, certain parts of it weren't even that difficult to get through because I actually like those albums. I like that she split it up by album.
Swiftie.
So, certain parts of it weren't hard. But here's what I would say. By the time I got halfway through, I wanted to quit. I did. I wanted to turn it off. But I was watching it with my friend, and we were like, we already committed. So we just kept watching it, and we got through it. And I was like, I will never watch this again, but I'm proud of myself. Then we watched Homecoming. So, you know.
Wow, that was long. It was long. Because Homecoming is also not short.
It's like 2 hours. It's not that long.
Okay.
Sorry. Anyway, I'm not a Swiftie. I say that like it's a slur. Like it's not a slur. And if you are a Swiftie, I just want everyone listening to this. I know Nickie, you have a friend that is a Swiftie. Listen, there's nothing wrong with being a fan of Taylor Swift. Okay, don't let these people bully you into thinking, these people, I mean Jordan and Nickie, don't let these people bully you into thinking that there's something wrong with liking whatever music you like. All right, if you like Taylor Swift, like Taylor Swift.
I think I've always promoted like what you like, so thank you, Nickie.
Okay.
I don't know about him though, but
No,
you know.
I have a sweatshirt that I designed and said, "Do what makes you happy." So there's that.
We love
that don't mean shit, but okay.
And
Um,
positivity all around this way, baby boy.
mm-hmm.
right. Anyway, the next track. How y'all say that?
Say it. No. I want all of us to try to say it. You start, Jordan. We all go fuck it up. So
okay, let me look at it. I'm just gonna Amor de ma vie. I don't know.
Okay, Nickie,
Oh, French IPA was not good for me.
you have a doctorate. You could try.
I couldn't say the title of my French song. My voice teacher changed it because I couldn't do it.
Let's just try it.
Right, I have to.
L'amour de la vie.
Okay, that's what I think. I would say.
I think that's what it is.
L'amour de ma vie. I would say vie, even though it's probably not. L'amour de ma vie, but it means love of my life, right?
Let's just look it
Look it up.
I'm almost positive because she says "love of my life" multiple times. That's like the refrain, so I'm pretty sure that
Okay.
that's what it means. Which, Billy, you could have just named it "Love of My Life." That's not too basic, but okay.
You know,
Go on.
yeah, she had to be a little different. You know,
She had to, we respect it.
So here's the first word. Whew.
L'amour is love. I know that.
In French, how do you pronounce this? L'amour.
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 L'amour. And I think it's de la vie. I think it's de la vie. I don't think it's
De ma vie.
vi. I don't think it's vi, Darrell.
Okay, well, I'm wrong. Okay. He needed me to know that I was wrong. I don't speak French.
Says the man who be like, I have a master's degree.
I do, and it's not in
I have
French.
a master's degree.
And it's not in French. I speak English. That's it.
I'm done with y'all.
Anyway, go back to the French song is what I called it.
The French song. We'll say "Love of My Life."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the first part of it was like, I was like, oh, this is very Billie Eilish. Like the first half, I was like, this is the Billie Eilish I know. This sounds like first album Billie Eilish to me. So I said, okay, this is cool. And then all of a sudden it gets like, I was like, wow, this is going to be a long song of this sound. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. And then it switches and I said, oh, and all of a sudden I hear these synths and I was just like, okay, my brain is exploding again. I said, this woman is just literally doing the damn fucking thing. And when it got to that part and then how her voice sounded on that song, I was like, okay, now I love this. I was like, I think I love the second part more than the first part because the first part was typical Billie to me. But I appreciated I liked it as a whole because of the juxtaposition of songs, because I wouldn't even have thought to put that song after it together, honestly. So
all of those are my thoughts.
Beautiful. We love. I don't know if it's like, I think there's like this, I don't know if it's a trend because like the only other person I could think of right now that did it was Beyonce, but like I like this idea of having a song, like, first of all, songs don't have to be 2.5 minutes long, and I'm glad that people are starting to like experiment a bit more. You have to be a big artist to do that, to be honest, but still.
I agree.
But what I like is it kind of reminded me of Sweet Honey Bucket when Beyonce did like, it was like 7 different songs in one song. I really, really enjoy that. It takes a lot of guts, and like the production has to be very intentional to make it seem cohesive. And Billie did that with this, and I was very, very impressed with it. Because the first part of it, like I said, Jordan, the first part of it, I wasn't looking at the length of any of the songs, and I honestly was just like, oh, this is cute. I didn't have too much of a response to it. And then like when it shifted a little bit, I was like, oh, all right, Miss Billie, what you doing? What you doing, girl? I was like, oh, shoot, God, it keeps happening. Sorry.
You know what?
just Stop.
I know.
By the end of this show, that light's coming down.
Let's not put that in the universe. But yes, Love in My Life is a solid 8.5 to 9 out of 10.
I would agree.
The Diner.
The Diner. This is probably my least favorite song of the album. But cute. I was like, okay.
I like how they brought the French theme of the last song into the production of this one, because like it opened like you were in a French diner. I was like, oh, this is a cute idea. And then how it switches kind of just regular pop-ish. I was like, that's fine. But I like the story arc for that.
Yeah, I like the story arc. And the production was cool, but again, it was a song that felt like very first album Billie, and I was just like, okay, this goes. To me, that was the spooky music, and it kind of gave me bad guy vibes a bit on there, because I think she said something about, I don't know, cops, the cops or something. I said, okay, this is getting scary again.
But cops are scary.
So yeah.
Honestly, both times I listened to it, I forgot about it. So it's not bad. I like it. It's just not as impressive as the rest of them are. It's just I don't remember
filler.
what it sounds like. Yeah, so
it's a filler song, and I feel like it's a breaking a little break to give you after that song, because you're like, whoa, now it's like a break. And then after that was Bittersweet, another one that I was like, wow. Again, I was like, I will say I wanted a little bit more of the first half of it, just a little bit longer. I was like, because I really enjoyed the first half a lot, but I appreciated the second half that kind of had like almost like a Caribbean vibe, I think, a little bit. So, yeah.
Same exact thoughts. Go ahead, Darrell. We also at 56 minutes.
I know, right? I really enjoyed the play on words in the title.
Same.
And the lyrics. I think that's very smart, and I think that these artists need to be taking notes, because Billie did not come to play with you hoes. And I think that this is the overall thought. So I'll wait until we're done. But yes, Bittersweet, I love 9 out of 10.
Yeah. And then Blue was, I thought, a great way to end the album. Perfect ending song. I liked also, too, I think she tied in kind of what she was talking about in the beginning into the last song, which I thought was really smart. And I love the production of this. I even loved that it kind of had a little hip hop beat at the end. I said, this album. And then after the end, I was like, this is an incredible album. I can't even deny it.
Yeah, so. I felt like Blue, because a lot of times the people's last song just feels like and I'm done. This one, I didn't get that. I still got like she still cared about the ending of her album just as much as she cared about the beginning. And I was like, I actually like this song titled Blue. The other Blue, I don't like.
Oh, okay. That other one didn't have to catch a stray. Oh, also, I was going to say too, I noticed too, I said, I'm wondering if this is going to be a double album, because she said at the end, it was like, not when are you ready to hear the next one or something like that. So I'm thinking this is a double album.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think this is going to be double album, which honestly I don't need that.
I kind of want it just as this, because I feel like it's so strong. Yeah, I feel like it's so strong as this.
I don't need another album, Billie-sha. Don't nobody need that. It was great. Let it sit where it is. Actually, maybe she'll let it sit where it is, and then like maybe a year later she'll release part 2. That's different.
Oh.
So like,
yeah, she could be.
Maybe it's like
her Beyonce.
Yeah, it's like her Beyonce. In that case, I take back everything I said. So, I love Blue. I think it's great. I thought it was a great album closer. I don't have any new thoughts that y'all didn't already say. So
great. So overall, we liked the album. It was a great album. I think Billie did a great job.
I would say best pop album that came out this year.
Best pop album?
Well, they put it under alternative,
which I didn't understand.
That's stupid. It's a pop album.
Definitely a pop album.
It's a pop album. You know what I want to say? I think that as a listening audience, we have kind of gotten used to what music sounds like in this era. And I really appreciate when artists that don't necessarily have to continue to push their own limits and continue to see how they can move to the next level. This is Billie Eilish's 3rd album. And honestly, I didn't hear much about it before she released it. Like, I didn't hear much fanfare. And maybe it's because there was so much behind Beyonce and Taylor Swift that Taylor Swift's album is still dominating most music conversations, if you want to be frank.
It should, because she's capitalist Barbie.
Well, Billie surpassed Torture Pose Department today. So that's
I mean, she
great.
should have. It's a new album, which also fell on that girl for releasing 3 different digital versions on the same day. Billie Eilish really like that's so petty. It is so capitalist of her. I'm just like, girl, stop. Anyway, what I was saying
Of a
was,
demo phone recording.
no one
Who
needs to
wants
hear,
a demo phone recording of that?
baby. I don't need to hear Taylor Swift's raw vocals ever.
I don't know why. I don't know why she thought that was a good idea. But I also love that Billie Eilish released the isolated vocals album of this album.
Oh, she did. What? Where is it on Apple Music?
You gotta. No, it only comes with the purchase of the album.
But
if you but no, but hold on, for the people that did buy it, what I did like that she did, instead of like what Taylor Swift would have done, unlike what Taylor Swift would have done, if you already bought the album, you already get this. You don't have to buy it again. So now that she released it, it comes with it. You get it.
I love how she was trying to be. She made that whole comment about people who do wasteful shit like that, and then try to say she wasn't talking about Taylor Swift. And I was like, "Girl, own up to your shit. You know you was talking about Taylor Swift. Say what you said. Say with your chest. I love Billie, but girl, be real." Last thoughts. Literally, just that. Like, I think that I like to hold people to it. If we're going to be consuming audiences, I like to hold musicians to a standard. And I like to hold them to their own standard, the standard they created for themselves. And I think that Billie Eilish is like consistently like raising her own bar, and I appreciate that. And in terms of like accolades, I think that all the accolades around this album are completely deserved. And I think that this is going to be a critically acclaimed album for a while. I think it's going to go down as one of her best. And strong contender for next year, I will say. Very strong contender.
Yeah,
very strong.
To me, it's top 2 for
it is
album of the year.
And also, I will say, and this is not just because I'm a Beyonce fanatic, it's still not as good as Cowboy Carter. I just want to throw that out there. I don't think it's as good as Cowboy Carter, but no. I do think that it is a very close second. And it is not, Cowboy Carter did not blow this album out of the water. Like, it is still a very close second.
To wrap this up, let's, for us, rank the 6. Cowboy Carter, Radical Optimism, Hit Me Hard and Soft, Tyla, what's that girl name?
No, you miss. You talking
about Torture Poets Department.
You mean you're also forgetting Ariana Grande?
And Ariana. That's the last one I was getting. I forgot her name.
I feel like, okay, I'm already saying take Tyla out of this because
take her out. Bye.
Even though, because I feel like Tyla's album is amazing, it's great, but I don't think she should be with this group that's already established because she's new.
Okay.
So we'll take her out. But out of those, I gotta think somebody else go first. Seems like Nicki, you already know your order.
I don't know where I'm about to do it now. 5 would be Torture Poets Department, easy. I
thought it was 6.
We took Tyla out, so now it's 5.
Oh, okay.
So Torture Poets Department is 5. Radical Optimism, Eternal Sunshine, Hit Me Hard and Soft, Cowboy Carter. That's number 1. I went in reverse order.
I actually think my order is the same.
I think my order might be the same. I think it's the same. I think it's the same one. Although, I am going to listen to that Casey Musgraves album, which did come out this year, right?
Oh, sorry.
I haven't heard that yet.
Sorry, Darrell. The most recent Casey Musgraves album? No. I was talking about I was talking about the one that's on the. I thought you were talking about the one that's on the greatest albums.
I was. I thought that was the most recent one. It's not the most recent one?
No. Oh. The most recent one is Deeper Well, and
never mind. Just kidding. I won't be listening to that. So I think mine is the same.
We'll see where No Money falls.
And on that note, we're going to wrap up today's show. I wish everyone the best that's coming up after these albums. I think
Lady Gaga has an album coming out.
She does. She said it's out. It's done.
And
it's
finished. Before September.
She says before September?
I think it's going to be released during this cycle, yeah.
Let's see. Lord. Stephanie, we can't wait.
This is going to wait. Album of the year next year is going to be insane.
Like,
I think she should wait till. I think she should wait. She should wait till next year because ain't nothing going to come out in 2025.
Her and Adele can battle it out. I think Kendrick Lamar is coming out with an album too. But like
her album. Wait, is this true? This can't be true, y'all. Wait a minute. No. Okay, never mind. I'm looking on Reddit now.
Damn, this is a long episode. Sorry, y'all. Before we did this, we were like, this is gonna be 40 minutes and we're done.
Right.
It's an hour and 4 minutes.
Yeah. I don't know when her album's coming out. Never mind.
Okay. Well,
she needs to wait though. Her and Adelaide wait too. What?
Let's go. Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Thank you, everyone. If you listen to this, thank you. Appreciate it. Go stream Billie Eilish album if you haven't heard it yet, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.